Hi, man with eTrailer. If you're looking for something that's still going to be pretty affordable, but able to get you through most of those moderate snow and ice conditions, then the Titan chains with twist-link tire chains are going to be a great option for your 2024 Hyundai Kona. Now, this is going to be on our front axle as what our manual recommends, and our tire size is going to be 215/60 R17. Now, that's just a tire size we have today. This will fit a variety of different sizes. If you're not sure this is going to be the right fit for you, you can actually plug in your vehicle's information into our fit guide to find the correct fit for you. The reason why I recommend these chains for those more moderate snow and ice conditions are going to be because we have this twist link design to them. So it's not going to have as much bite as a square link, but with that twist them, that's going to be able to help bite into that snow and ice a bit more. And what's nice about these in particular is they're going to be pretty low profile, which is pretty rare to find for any type of larger link like this. This is actually going to be Class S compatible, so what that means is it's going to sit pretty low profile to our tire, leaving us plenty of room to sit underneath our suspension. It's also going to be made out of a low carbon steel, and what that means is this is a softer metal, so it might not last as long as some other chains. But with that softer metal, it's going to give you more of a comfortable ride overall. And we're going to have this ladder pattern design. And this ladder pattern helps with giving you more traction when you're stopping and starting. Here at the bottom is going to be how we tighten everything up. You're going to have a lever that comes through a link and then applies pressure downwards, which is definitely a big plus, especially if you're experienced with any type of roller link style of chains or cable style chains, because those you got to put them through a channel, and that can be kind of difficult to get a lot of extra tension out of this. This lever is actually doing a lot of work for us. What I also like about these chains is that they come in this pretty small box that's going to be able to hold 2 chains, because that's what the whole set is. And when you open this up, I already have one of them in here, but there's a divider in the center. And I think that goes a long way, because when you have any type of chain like this, it's really easy to get tangled together. So just being able to separate them is going to help save you a lot of time. Now, in my opinion, I think these are a good set of chains if you are looking for something more affordable and you like that more rugged link design. Now, installing these is kind of difficult, because on the back side, you're trying to make a connection with the hook and some links, and trying to get both hands around to do that in the snow is not going to be fun. So if you're looking for something that is going to be an easier installation but still give you plenty of traction, then I'd recommend the Titan chains with assisted tensioning. Because the way that works is you're going to have some chains laid out, you'll put them behind your tire, make all your connections on the front side, and you don't have to deal with a rubber tensioner, because if you're using these, I still recommend using a rubber tensioner, because what can happen as you're driving, things are going to shift and they're probably going to loosen up. And if they loosen up, they could make contact with your suspension. So that's why the Titan chains with assisted tensioning is nice, because you're going to have something on the front that's constantly applying tension to your chains. But if you are curious to see what this installation looks like, just stay tuned and we'll walk you through the process. To start off the installation, I'm going to grab some gloves just to make this a bit easier and lay out my chains. Now, if you're doing this for the first time, I recommend staying home and trying this out, because you don't want to have to try to figure this out on the side of the road in the middle of a blizzard. But what I'm looking for when I'm looking over my chains is to make sure there's no damages to the links and to make sure nothing's twisted up. We also want to make sure that's in the right orientation, so these hooks, we want that to be facing up with the flat part on the bottom. We also want to make sure that this lever is on the outside and not the inside. Once we've done that, we can start draping this over our tire. The way I like to do that is just by grabbing from the center, lifting up, and putting it on. We also want to be mindful not to have this too low on one side, so if you can see right here, this is going to make contact with our rim, and it's not going to give us an even fit. I want to just adjust that so it's on the side of the tire and it's even on both ends. I'm also just going to come to the bottom and move the ends of our links so it's going to be a little bit easier to make our connections. Speaking of those connections, I like to start making mine on the back side because that's going to be the more difficult side to do. That's going to consist of me grabbing these links from one side and connecting them to the other side that has a hook, just like that. And this is going to be a little bit tricky since this is a pretty tight spot. So what I like to do is just grab the links, reach over with the rest of my hand, and try to grab that hook. Once you got that in your hand, you just have to pull them together, or you can make that connection. I've actually come over here to this other side and get both my hands on this. You can try to reach your hand around and connect it like that. I find that a little bit tricky sometimes though, so I'm going to try it like this. And the front connection's going to be a lot easier. We're just going to grab some of these links. You're actually pushing this hook and lever through here completely. I like to help guide the links through. And we're going to be applying pressure. Sometimes this can be a little bit difficult to do. And if it's too tough, like what it's seeming to be right now, you could shift it down. But I'm pretty stubborn and I think I can get it one more. We just gotta get this link in here. But as you can see here, they get this hook caught onto this link. It's too tight, so I actually do have to loosen this up. So I'll go from the second link, pull it down, and I can actually still shift this up some to get it caught on there. And we still go back through and just pull on this some to make sure we get a pretty good snug fit. But I think we could get a little bit more out of these chains, so I'm going to grab a rubber tensioner to help get this a little bit tighter, just for a little bit more peace of mind too. And when you're putting this on, I recommend doing it in a star pattern, just so this is evenly distributed. And when you place these hooks on your links, you want to make sure that this hook is facing away from your tire so it doesn't puncture anything. Again, just kind of pull on it, test the fit. If it feels good, then you can do that on the other side. And I recommend backing up some or pulling forward some just to make sure nothing's shifting too much and you still have a good fit. And if you do, you can take it out for a ride. But that's just a look at the Titan chains with twist links tire chains on our 2024 Hyundai Kona. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.